Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Tony Hollis Live Talk Show Testify. Sit back, relax. Be right back with you just as soon as the time clock ticks down. Okay? So sit back, relax. Get you a cup of water, soda, and I will be back with you shortly. Okay? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Tony Hollis Live Talk Show Testify. I'd like to say hello to everyone. We're going to be discussing a topic today that I'm sure that there will be those that who may push back on me for either speaking on the topic or in some cases you may not like the term. But before we get into the show, I want to go ahead and play a job ad for the week. I'm going to try to do some job marketing for those individuals who call upon me to run their ad. And so the ad that I'm going to run today It is a gentleman that I think we all know. We call him Big G. Let me turn this off. Something that came on. Give me 1 minute.
So when protesters take the streets,
Give me
demanding
1
police
minute.
reform, some pivot the conversation
Okay.
to black on black crime. But does the phrase
Give me
unfairly
1 minute. Turn that off. Now we'll come back. Hopefully it won't jump back on. But we want to run his video right quick. Mr. Gerard Watkins. He have a business to where he sell barbecue sauce. As a matter of fact, the name of it is Big G. So let's run his ad right quick, okay? $7 a bottle, $3, 3 for $20. There is his number, 870-375-2897. Please patronize this young man business. Big G barbecue sauce on your next outdoors barbecue. All right, that was the business ad of the week. Now, as I was stating, we want to play this video. To where it pretty much going to set the stage for the show today. Okay, so let's go up here and play this video right now. All right, let's do that now. Hopefully we still can get it going. I'm looking at my monitor there to make sure I can play it. So let's pull it up right now. Let's add it to the screen. Okay, let's go up here. Blow that up a little bit. Come back down. And let's play.
Tonight, 11 Alive wants to shine the spotlight on race in America and the words that we use, Aisha.
So when protesters take the streets demanding police reform, some pivot the conversation to black on black crime. But does the phrase unfairly perpetuate racism? Here's Reveal investigator Andy Parati.
Video is only about 3 minutes.
Outrage on the street often follows, but so does another narrative.
93% of blacks in America are killed by other blacks.
Why is there not the outrage when there's black on black violence?
Black on black crime, a catchphrase some believe conservatives use to distract from police brutality. A phrase also recently used by Durham County Coroner Michael Fowler after a rise in homicides near Albany this past May.
Nobody's saying anything. Like you did something that should not be the road.
Not so, says Clifton Crowley. He says black communities are talking about it. The media just isn't paying attention. Crowley is the community chair for the Atlanta NAACP.
There's always been a deep level of concern for violence and poverty and crime within our community.
The licensed social worker points to a long list of local and national organizations focused on reducing violence in black communities, including Street Groomers, 100 Black Men in Atlanta, and former President Barack Obama's My Brother's Keepers initiative.
You have to look beyond race.
Rodney Bryant is Atlanta's interim police chief. He doesn't dispute violence in black communities is a problem. In Atlanta, 81% of victims of violent crimes were black in 2018. Nearly 90% of people arrested for those crimes were black too. But Bryant argues violence is often a side effect of generational racism, which has created a health, wealth, and education gap.
I think it does do the black community a disservice when you say a black crime because 90% is just a black problem.
According to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, the majority of violent crime happens within the same race. A 2018 national survey found offenders were within the same race as the victim 70% of the time for blacks, 62% for whites. Here again is the Doherty County Coroner speaking with 11 Alive's Faith Abube.
Have you ever used the term white on white crime or Hispanic on Hispanic crime?
No, if I see it, I see it. I just call a spade a spade.
Black people who use that term. I want you to think about the systematic racism that occurred in this country and the effects of taking out 3 million black faces, incarcerated, and releasing back into the community.
Professor Brown says Black communities are typically over-policed, which increases the number of Blacks arrested, even when departments have a high number of Black officers. APB Interim Police Chief Rodney Ryan says Atlanta changed its response strategy years ago to focus on directing responses based on call volume and population. Tune in next Wednesday, August 26th at 9 p.m. for an 11 Alive special, Equality Matters, will examine social injustice and systemic racial inequalities in our community.
Well, all right. That was the video to set the stage for today's topic. I don't like to use that term myself, but of course, you know, whenever we begin to have a discussion about police shooting unarmed Black people, you can assure that that will come up. What about Black on Black crime? You know, it continues to come up when we decide to have a conversation about police shooting unarmed Black individuals. And but again, you know, it's pretty much, let me go up here, trying to find it right now. Let me find it. I was wanting to show you something, if I can find it. I can't find it right now. Just give me 1 minute. Well, anyway, let me just do this here. Now, this is a report that was done about. I want to say this report here was did. I want to say 2019, I believe. Of course, those numbers didn't change. I think they got a 2020 report out, and these numbers will change. This is about a 7-8 point, you know, for its percentage, a difference between Black killing Black and white killing white. If you can look at that number, white killing white, the number is just as high, 82%. This was a 2019 report that I got. Now, I want to show you something else right quick. I'm going to leave that right there, but I want to show you something else right quick. Now, you do have those talk shows, conservative shows, mainstream media. I'm pretty sure you all know about Fox News, where they stand. But I want to show you something here. If I can find it, just give me 1 minute. This is the crap that you got to watch out for right here. Let me find it. You see that chart right there? That is a chart that was put out. I forget the source of this here, but this was like 2015. As a matter of fact, that was the same year Donald Trump was running for president. And as a matter of fact, I think he was referencing this chart. Look at those numbers there. Let me get some of this. Let me get this off first. I want you to look at those numbers. Let me remove this right quick. Do you see those numbers there? Blacks killing whites, only 2%. Okay? I mean, blacks killed by whites, only 2%. Blacks killed by police, 1%. Now, you all laugh at that. Whites killed by police is 3%. Whites killed by whites is 16%. You can laugh at that. I just showed you what it was. White killed by black, 81%. That's stupid. You have to live in the neighborhoods for that number to be that high. And blacks killed by blacks, 97%. Even that's high. Okay. But that was the report, false report, that is. Let me go back up here and get rid of this. That was a false report, of course, that was put out. Okay. So you will see some type of, statistics put out by various sources. And so beware of that number. The best place you can go to get somewhat correct information is the FBI website or Department of Justice. I think the numbers is somewhat similar to what I showed you just previous. If I can go back up here and find it. What did I tell you that number was? Yeah, blacks killing blacks. This is a 2019 poll now. 90%, and whites killing whites, 82%. But you never hear the term white on white crime. You don't even hear the terms as the video showed, Hispanics killing Hispanics, you know. But you will almost 100% of the time you will hear black on black crime. Okay, so I wanted to hold some discussion with a guest that who's supposed to come on today. Wasn't a sure thing. I had two guests. One is out of town, but I didn't want to cancel the show. I just wanted to go ahead and just open up the floor. Now, I know this is a topic that I'm probably not going to get any bites because you all, for the most part, you know, you don't like to talk about the killing of black youth and black adults, black men. But we can't ignore it. Just like when we begin to call out police shooting down unarmed black people, they always quick to play the soundbite. Well, y'all don't even care about your own people. Look how you're killing each other. That is only a deflection, distraction, whatever you want to call it, as an excuse not to deal with corrupt police officers. We can, as I say, we can talk and chew bubblegum at the same time. We don't have to pick and choose. We can do both. Now, I would like to know exactly if crime is coming down, then surely we should see that. I live in the same community that you live in. If it's not a shooting, it's some other type of violence that is going on. And we got to quit making excuses. You might not like the term black on black crime. I don't like it. You know, in some cases, you know, it can be, you know, referred to as, you know, a racist comment. If you start looking at the generational system of racism, as it relates to the criminal justice system itself, as it relates to housing, you know, the communities somewhat is ran down compared to some other communities. Our school systems, as compared to predominant white school districts, we underfunded. In most cases, you know, our test scores are not what they should be. And so all of this here is tied into generational systematic racism is the word I'm trying to find. And so, and we feeling the effects right now. We see it. But back to the topic at hand. We're talking about look like I got a guess here. Who is that? It's Mr. Tony Johnson. How you doing there? So if you all have any questions, I'm gonna give my commentary on this topic. I'm not gonna be long. And once I give my commentary, I'm going to get out of here. But I want to read you something. Some of the reasons as to why when we start speaking about police shooting down unarmed black individuals, you know, there is all kind of excuses going to come back toward us. You know, as I just showed you one. What about black on black crime? You know, as they are so quick to use that phrase to paint a real ugly picture of the black on black lives movement. They've been painted as a terrorist group. or what have you. Black on black crime organized specifically because there was just too many black youth and adults being shot down unarmed by the police. That was their bread and butter. But what others tried to do, who wasn't doing nothing but sitting on the couch, they was trying to pile more work, if you will, on Black Lives Matter with that old lame excuse. What about black on black crime? Well, heck, what are you doing? Black Lives Matter is fighting for police and justice. They're trying to keep us alive. The difference between we shooting each other and killing each other as opposed to the police killing us, police took an oath. They took a solemn oath to protect and serve the community. And in doing that, they must obey the law. They're not above the law. If you had to go to the bank and it's 12 o'clock midnight, if you see some stranger come into your presence, I don't care if they black or white, you will be uncomfortable because you don't know the individuals. There is no expectation. There is an expectation. You probably are worried about your safety. Now, let's flip it around. If a police officer somehow come into your presence and you at the ATM machine and you're ready to make a withdrawal, you wouldn't be as afraid to make your transaction at the ATM machine. Why? It's because he's an officer of the law. He represents the law. You feel safe, and you should feel safe, as opposed to a total stranger. Do you see what I'm saying? There's an expectation for police officers to be fair in their policing. Okay? And another one that they always put out is that, well, maybe you guys just need to stop killing each other, and then the problem would end. Do y'all really believe that? If we just stop killing each other, the problem would end. Well, it's a double here. We not only are harming each other, but the police are shooting us down too. And so even if we stop killing each other, we still have to deal with police officers that continue to shoot down unarmed people. What is another one? Another one is all white schools. All white schools compared to a predominant black school. I think it's fair to say, and you all would agree, Mississippi County, I believe, is predominant black. Just about every predominant black school in Mississippi County is failing. The numbers don't look good. Now, there's a lot of factors to that. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, we underfunded. Okay. Our budget in terms of for our school districts, the various school districts in Mississippi County, they've been reduced dramatically over the years. So we underfunded, 9 times out of 10, we don't have the best of teachers, but I thank God for the teachers that we do have. They do a outstanding job considering the resources that they have to work with. So by no means am I trying to minimize the efforts of the Blavel school faculty. And another one, let me read another one to you. We talk about jobs. And while I'm speaking of jobs, the unemployment rate for Mississippi County is still high. I want to remind you all, if I hadn't already, that they will be having a meeting tomorrow at what's the church? Pilgrim Rest Church, right there at the stoplight that is on Main and Rudder Road, right there on the corner. They will be speaking on the the 1 cent economic tax, county tax, that is. You all remember that tax was somewhat the reason why we have Big River Steel here. That was taxpayers' dollars. Okay. I think about 15 million or so came from the county. Between 12, 15 million, somewhere in there. And the jobs in terms of equity have not been dispersed as we would hope that those jobs would. We still have young black males unemployed. Many of these black males, many don't even have a record. You hear me? So there was nothing in terms of they needed to get their record expunged or anything like that. I spoke to individuals today, you hear me? Today, that don't even have a record. They went out to ANC, they completed, a course class, however long they go, they completed it. And as many as 3 individuals that I spoke with have not even received an interview. Now, these folks is bringing you back to the polling place, and they want to extend this 1 cent sales tax. To my understanding, it's scheduled to go out in 2022. All right. 2022 is when it's supposed to sunset, expire, whatever you want to call it. They want to continue this tax. I'm going to get back to my topic in a minute, but this is very important. You all make that meeting tomorrow, 6:00 p.m. Pilgrim Rest Church on the corner of Main and Rudder Road. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to vote. I'm just giving you the information. We made an investment into Big River Steel by the passage of this 1 cent economic county tax development, or whatever however it's worded. But we haven't got our fair share of the pie. The jobs have not been distributed fairly. Okay. So in order for you to come to us and want us to extend this tax, these are some of the things that you're going to have to do. It's not but 2 things that I want you to do. Let me pull them up. It's not but 2 things that I want you to do. Okay. Let me find it. Okay. First of all, that's what it is right there. A special election to tax you more. They want more money from you to extend this tax. Okay. Now, what you need to be asking your council rep, because they using the city officials, city councilmen, councilwoman. I don't know what part the mayor going to play in it, but they using those to speak to the public to pass this tax. You know, and this tax that we will be asked to vote for, those discussions will be at the church. I don't know why we continue to always go to the churches to hold public meetings when it comes to our tax dollars. I don't like that. In some cases, I'm not blaming Pilgrim Rest, but in some cases, when they hold these meetings at the church, they have some type of relationship with that church, and I don't like that, because you're not able to freely express yourself without certain officials, or even in some cases certain individuals getting a little upset. So I don't like holding. We talking about public dollars. We need to go to a public building. So I hope that will stop. Okay, but that's special election right there. Special elections, I don't like them. A special election is to catch you when you ain't looking, catch you when you get your eyes closed. What do I mean? Special election, the voter turnout is always low. Okay, it's always low. In fact, since I don't get my guests on, I may just continue to talk about this tax. But I will close out with the black killing blacks. But this tax here, we need to demand from them. Where's those things that I wanted to demand? County economic tax, what it is. Okay, county economic tax. Where's those things is? Where is it at? Y'all give me a minute. I had all this stuff mapped out. But anyway, we need to, I almost found it. I lost it. But anyway, let me just say this here. They're talking about holding meetings. You know, we talked about holding meetings at the ward. We got Ward 1, Ward 2, and Ward 3. This church, Pilgrim Rest, to where it's sitting at, I believe that church sits in, I want to say Ward 1. I got no problem with them holding a meeting in Ward 1, but we know we need to allow those taxpayers in Ward 2 and in Ward 3 to speak too. So you should have 3 meetings. I don't know if you got it planned that way, but you should hold 3 meetings. And I'm pretty sure the next 2 meetings you have, hopefully you'll hold it at the Ritz and not at a church. At least I hope. Now, but those are things that you need to do. And this was the thing that I wanted us to do right there. Report on hiring of black males. I'm just going to be Pacific. Okay. I'm just going to be Pacific because that's where our struggles are at. Hiring black young males and males of age, of course. You know, if we had to have them to show us the numbers today, when it comes to how many black young males and males of age, how many black males have benefited from the passage of this 1 cent sale tax, and also give us an answer to those black males that have finished the class course or whatever at ANC. Why have some of them have not even received an interview? And we know that these folks are still hiring. We need to demand a report. Demand a report. And that last one, what did I say? Make them hold a meeting in your ward. All right. Now, that's enough of that. Let's get back to the topic at hand. We was talking about, if I can find it, we was talking about, well, let me just do this here. Okay. We wanted to talk about the problems. I mean, excuse me. We didn't want to talk about the problems. What we wanted to do. Now, this is not picking on anyone. If you're doing something, God bless you. If you're doing something to working with, whether you're working with youth, whether you're working with adults, God bless you. I'm not going to sit up here and say you're not doing nothing. You know why I'm not going to sit up here and say you're not doing nothing? Is because that's what the media do to the black community. They only run to the black community to someone being shot, harmed, or violence. What I'm saying. I mean, that stuff sells. You know, whether you're talking about newspaper, whether you're talking about, the news media for the networks, television, that is. I mean, they love to run to black crime. That sells. But what they don't report some of the groups that are pushing back against crime. These groups could be working within their church. I talked to a pastor today. He told me that they was doing some things inside their church to try to curb, this killing of black people. And so there are groups that's doing things. But what we need, you see that word there where it say identify any and all groups that's advocating against violence. And we need to know if they have been in existence, whether it's short term or whether it's long term for some time now. We would like to know what success has occurred with the program that they're offering. Why do I say that? I say that because if you have had success with your program, a new startup program, they can learn from you. They can learn from you and your group. In other words, you can be you can be somewhat of the roadmap for those groups, that they be a church, that they be a community group or whatever. You could be the roadmap presenting to other groups that want to do what you're doing. And hopefully, when we do that, we develop in partnership. And when we develop in partnership, we got to see some results. Those numbers must come down. Now, I understand there's going to be some that want to continue to spin their own wheel. There are going to be some that want to reinvent their wheel. You know, it ain't my show, so I don't want to go. It ain't my wheel. I don't want to spin it. We got to drop that attitude, y'all. We're talking about helping youth. We're talking about stopping the violence in our community. You got to drop your personality. You got to drop it. If you don't like Tony Hollis, so what? Okay? I can't tell you how to handle it, but you got to handle it. I mean, you can't do nothing else. And Tony Hollis ain't going nowhere. So don't let Tony Hollis, you disliking Tony Hollis, don't let that stop you from doing the work that need to be done, even if you have to work with Tony Hollis. Okay? Now, but that's what we're going to have to do, you all. We need to identify what all groups are in existence right now. What program do they have? What success have they had with their programs? And if their success has been great, then we need to talk to them. We need to talk to them. Okay? I'm going to come back to my comments in a minute, you all. I'm almost about to wrap it up. And but this is what we want to do. Well, I mentioned that the equality of the criminal justice system, economic and education, that's why our numbers is always going to be a little higher percentage wise. I told you it was like 7-8 point percentage difference, just like that poll I showed you to where, what was it? I said that blacks killing blacks. This is the 2019 now. 2020 poll was supposed to be even better than this. All right. But the numbers are still still close between a 7-8 point percentage difference. So let's just say this past year, I think it was 62% of it was either 82%, I believe. It was 82% of black on black crime. And so that means, it had to be somewhere around, what is it? 70, 74, somewhere in there, 74, 75 white on white crime. And so there's a 7-8 point percentage difference. Okay. But like I say, 2020 numbers supposed to be better. And so, but that's what we need. We need to know what groups are doing the work and what success have they had. Okay. Now, I'm getting ready to close, but before I close, I want to give you all one of the proposals. I got 3, but I just want to give you one. The proposal that I wanted to present tonight, and I presented this proposal to, I've spoken to the city council. I sent them emails. Probably don't send them emails 2-3 times. I can't say that I send emails to pastors, but I spoke to pastors as I run into them. And what we need to start, it's summertime. We need to provide jobs for our youth. What am I talking about? The summer is not over yet. We can think of everything else, raising taxes, buying property, doing whatever with taxpayers' dollars. But we will not make an investment in youth. Why can't we make an investment in youth? We can have the city, the mayor that is, to convene some type of commission to where we're talking about employing youth, giving them something to do in the summer. You're keeping them safe and you're giving them the opportunity to make a little money. What am I talking about? I'm talking about a youth long service. A youth long service. You also can use these youth perhaps maybe to go downtown, maybe clean up some things. Maybe the flower beds, if they still get flower beds down there, picking up debris, keeping these young people busy, going through the park. We know we need that grass cut. Okay, there's much to do at both parks. I don't know how many parks we got now. What we got? We used to have what, 3, 4. We got Williams Park, and we got the park. I don't even know the name of the park over there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Over there, right off. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't think right now, but y'all know what I'm talking about. But we can have these youth, keeping them busy, doing lawn work. It don't cost a whole lot of money to buy a few lawnmowers, both push and ride, a few weed whackers, putting these young folks to work. City officials and Mr. Mayor, we depending on you. We can't continue to put our feet or foot on the neck of our young folks when they start doing wrong, getting in trouble, and we're not trying to do anything to alleviate any criminal, juvenile activity that they may want to engage in. We're not doing nothing to help the cause. We got to do better. That's my proposal. I would like to see a youth long service before this summer is over. So that's basically all I have that I wanted to speak about. I'm gonna go over here to my comment section, and I see we have I think I spoke with Mr. Johnson. How you doing? What's up, fam? Chris Ray, what's up, my brother? And this is one of the gentlemen that did all the things that was asked of him. He don't mind about me, speaking of him. He put in the work. He put in the time. Did all that he was told to do to give himself an opportunity to become gainfully employed at Big River Steel. If any of you all see this man, when I say any of you all, I'm talking about you city officials, Osceola, your city council, Blythe City Council, both mayors, Mayor Wilson and Mayor Sanders. This is a walking testimony right here, Mr. Chris Ray. He did what he needed to do, only to not even receive an interview. And this is the crap that I'm talking about. And they want to come to us for more money. No, give us a report. Show us how you have helped young black males like Mr. Chris Ray. Okay? Hopefully, brother, they need to give you a call. All right? Oh, brother, I'm going to tell the truth. That's the only way I know. Folks ain't going to like it, but I'm going to tell it. We got Miss Turner. How you doing there? Bless you, my sister. I know you're one of the ones down there in Osceola as well, keeping boots on the ground. Now, I say men, but of course, I've seen women at steel mills that can put in the work just like a man. And so don't mean to overlook the women. And so hopefully if there's some women out there that Miss Turner, we need to get a list. We need to get a list. And I'm pretty sure they got a meeting in Blythe tomorrow, 6:00 p.m. And I had spoke about them having meetings at every ward, 1, 2, and 3. Now, you part of the county, you and your folks, Osceola. Have you all had a meeting yet? Or do you all plan on having a meeting? Will it be at a public place? Or will it be like they do here in Blythe, run to a church? Talking about public dollars. Okay? Public business. And instead of meeting in a public place, we go to a private place, which is the church. That has to stop. That has to stop. Brother Coley, how you doing, my brother? I know you in Jonesboro now, but I know you sure in what we're doing here. And I know we get your love and support. So blessing to you and your family there in Jonesboro. Okay. Who is this? Oh, my brother, that's Don Bell. It say they do that because churches are the pillar of the black community. You would think, but as of late, I don't think it's been that. I think them pillars done fell down. And when the pillars fall down, the church fall down. Okay? But you are correct. The church at one point was the pillar of the church. Everything that was created, you talking about businesses, black businesses started through the institution of the church. Schools, what are you talking, public schools or college, started through the institution of the church. Hospitals, they had a program called midwife programs. Our women could not have their babies at white hospitals. And so they created what is called a I think it was midwife program or something like that, to where, you know, they had to go to the woman wherever she was to deliver the baby. Okay. And so all of this was created through the church. You know, businesses back in the 20s and the 30s flourish. All of it started through the institution of the church. They burned us out in Florida, Rosewood. They burned us out in Oklahoma. And there's other parts of the country. They did just as worse. Louisiana. You know, there's a lot of agriculture going on down there. Right here in Arkansas, Elaine, Arkansas, right down the road. That was a slaughter. As much as 200-300 black people were slaughtered. Sharecropping what it was. But we don't talk about that. We know about Oklahoma, but we don't talk about our own evil right in our own backyard. Elaine, Arkansas. Read about it. Read about Elaine, Arkansas. So let me finish reading his post. He said, let me start over. He said they do that because churches are the pillars of the black community, and those whom allow say to happen at their church are serving the hidden agenda of said. The church isn't what it used to be, a gland. I should have read his whole statement before I started speaking, but everything that he had said, he's right on the money. And you all know it. The church is nothing like it used to be. I remember the church board used to be a hand clapping, a foot stomping, Holy Ghost tongue speaking. I mean, filled. It wasn't nothing fake about the old saints, what they call them. Wasn't nothing fake about the old saints. If they say that they wasn't tied up in politics, that's what they mean. But today they'll tell you that they're not tied up in politics. Turn your back. They don't want to do nothing through the year. Nothing through the year to help you in the community. But just as soon as the election rolled around, there they go. They rolled out the red carpet for the politicians to come into your church, asking for your money and vote. That crap has to stop. We need to take back our control. We need to take it back. We got any more comments over here? Yes, sir. One love. Oh, yeah. You got us, don't you? All right. What's up there, cuz? That's Tramble. Antoine, what's going on, my brother? That's my little cuz there. He's over in Jonesboro. We got Jonesboro tuning in. So glad that got somebody is interested, making comments. I think those one from Osceola. I don't even know if I saw Blavo even tuned in yet, you know, for his comments. I'm going to go back up here and make sure. I don't think so. So who else we got here? We got I'll go my sister there. Miss Emma, how you doing? Doing all right? Pass the word. Okay. Let's do better when it comes to our youth. We can walk and chew bubble gum at the same time when we start talking about advocating in our communities, having black youth, black men, black women to begin to start loving themselves, loving others. Okay, we need to do that. And at the same time, we need to hold police officers accountable for shooting down unarmed black people. That's what I mean when I say we can do both. We can hold police accountable and we can hold our communities accountable. We can walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. Okay. Well, look like I done got through all my comments. I don't see any more. Let's see if I get anything else in my notes. Now, again, those that saw my post, one of the things that has been passed in terms of insurance liability, I'm speaking of New York City, they passed a bill to where it's requiring gun manufacturers and gun owners, it's requiring that within 30 days of purchase of a firearm, that they take out some gun liability insurance, firearm liability insurance, I think what it's called. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's not a violation of your rights. Okay? It's no different if you're a doctor, physician, you must have some type of bonding insurance, liability insurance. Let's stay with that word. If you are an attorney, you must have some type of liability insurance. It ain't going to stop you from practicing law. It ain't going to stop you from being a physician. If you're running some kind of business, certain businesses require you to take out some liability insurance. Which brings me to the last point. For everyone that got a driver's license, you had to purchase that driving license, didn't you? You had to take a test too. Take a test, pass the test, then you get your license. You got to pay for them license. It ain't free. License ain't free. Just because you pass the test, you don't get no license free. You got to purchase those licenses. And license is high now, driver's license. But you let your license run out, expire. You can't still drive these streets and your license expired. You do that if you want to. You're going to find yourself standing in front of a judge. You better get yourself down there and renew your license. See, everything, it costs to live in America. Just because you got rights don't mean that you ain't going to pay somewhere to somebody as you live. So we got to stop this crap. You know, my rights this, my rights that. You care about every other kind of right, but the right to stay alive. You don't talk about that. Right to stay alive. I'm so sick and tired of seeing mothers cry, burying their children before they die. And we up here having arguments about little petty stuff, whether it's trying to differentiate between whites killing whites and blacks killing blacks. So what? I don't care if white folks ain't killing nobody. We need to be concerned about the dying in our own community. That it be at the hands of the police or that it be at our own hands. Either way, it's just as bad. Let me shut up. Well, that's my show, y'all. Again, let's not allow the media and others, conservatives, and some of these folks I'm telling you about, black folks, are just as worse as these conservatives. Talk show, white ring media shows or whatever. They just as worse. They talk this crap too. You know, but what you gonna do about black on black crime, Mr. Hollins? but they ain't doing nothing. Ask me what I'm going to do, but they ain't doing nothing. It's nothing but a deflection. It's nothing but an excuse not to do nothing and continue to let the police feel comfortable, because why? They got us arguing at each other, and they are not being held to account because of you and I. We're arguing over little silly stuff, little stupid stuff. Some of it ain't even got nothing to do with taking action. It's all about words. Well, that's my show. I didn't mean to be this long. Like I say, I don't ever like to try to be no more than an hour. I like 45 minutes is ideal. 30 is very good. But I'm right at the 55. I think what it is. 55 minutes is how long I've been on. And I don't see any more comments over here. And so if I can't find another comment, I'm going once, going twice. Do anyone have anything else that they would like to say? Well, comment, that is, about this show. Now, I'm telling y'all something right now before I close. Whether there's a police shooting or not, I'm yet going to be calling for police accountability. Police reform, what I'm talking about. Police need to carry their own insurance. They need to carry their own insurance. That way, when they go out here and hurt people or kill people, it'll be out of their pocket. They got a vested interest. And if their insurance company see that they are a high risk and they somehow loses that coverage, won't nobody cover them because they are high risk, the clause that need to be written into this police reform is that if you can't maintain liability insurance, you can't be a police officer nowhere here in Mississippi County. I'm talking about Mississippi County, particularly Blount and Osceola. All right. I got a vested interest in both of those cities. I got family in both cities. All right. So I don't see any more comments over here. I'm going to go ahead and close this thing out. Was there any other announcements that I needed to do? Just want to send a shout out to one of our own brother, Eddie Dixon. He's back, breathing fresh air. He's back in home with his loving family. Those of you pretty much done seen the Facebook love that done went out to him. I don't need to tell you the whole story. I think you know it. You done saw it in the paper. You done saw it on Facebook. And so you know about it. Kind of like reading obituary. When it's time to read obituary, you don't give them that 2-3 minutes because they already done read it. Well, I don't need to tell you about it. You already done read it, seen it, heard about it. And let's just say, end with this here. Welcome home, my brother, Eddie Dixon. Well, that's all I have, you all. Is there anything else that I need to say? Oh, yes. Closing out with this, Juneteenth. I made a post today. I'm trying to find out who are the chairpersons of Juneteenth. The reason that I wanted to find out was not to try to be mean-spirited or anything like that, because you all know where I stand on Juneteenth. I don't care 2 cents for it. But I know other people do. And what I want to do is offer them somewhat of a proposal how they can make Juneteenth be more than just dancing and eating food. What I'm talking about is making this be beneficiary, this federal holiday, present something to them. I won't tell what it is yet, but to present this information to them to where it will have a tremendous impact on our, not just city, but our county. But right now I'm starting with Blythe. So if you cheers of Juneteenth out there might not like Tony because he don't support Juneteenth, and not that I don't like it, it's just don't care for it. Let's talk. We're talking about something that's going to impact the community. Let's talk. Well, you all, that is my show. And I want to say next week, catch me again, July the 18th, 21. Topic will be announced. I thank you all for tuning in. May God bless you all. Good night. I'm done.